The Barbo's basket. How are you? I see you, Tony. Welcome, Goddess Mo, Elizabeth Lee, Nancy, Violet. Yay, my fellow teacher. Christina, Jeffrey, Alyssa. Good morning. Melissa, Kenneth, Goddess Mo, Martha, Chris. I see Lee. I see Heather. Mary, Jenny, Tony. Yes, you're tired. I'm going to put you to sleep, Tony. She's in Australia. It's time for her to go to bed, even late. Freebird Meditations. Welcome. Welcome, Anne from Michigan. Oh, I'm in Sarnia. Friends from Michigan are my neighbors. Julie, Breeze, Nida, Neda. Welcome. Welcome. Happy Friday. I'm so glad you are all here with me. Um, last week, oh, you are from Australia too. Peta. Last week, we began this series of the Art of Being series, right? And we asked the question that changes everything. Who are you, really? And we moved beneath the name, the body, the roles. We found the I am practice as a way of declaring something true from the spiritual plane rather than waiting for the physical world to confirm it. And today, this morning, we go somewhere that question leads almost immediately, somewhere that most of us have been carrying since long before we had words for it. Am I enough? Not enough for a specific thing. Not like, I am enough for this, but am I enough? Just enough. Enough to be here without constantly justifying it. Enough to stop the audition, lifelong audition, and simply live. Okay, some of you shared where you are from: Australia, Texas, Florida, Oregon. Others share where you are joining from too. I love to see different countries, different states, provinces. I love to have as many people as possible from all over the world. Ohio, Houston, yeehaw! Rhode Island, Ontario, Melissa, yes. Alberta, Canada, Poland, I love that. Iowa City, Tulsa, Washington State, my early risers, Manitoba, New York, outside New York, California, British Columbia, England, UK, Mexico, yay, yay. Ireland, D, welcome back. I'm so glad you decided to come back. I love it. Wyoming, beautiful. One day I wanna Cape Town. Oh, I love that. South Africa. So we have the US, we have Canada, we have South Africa, we have Ireland, we have Australia, we have UK. Amazing. Wonderful. Melbourne. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for being. Thank you for choosing to be here at this moment. I'm so happy and glad to have each and every one of you with me right now. Before, actually, scratch that, no before. About this being enough, I want to say something clearly at the start. This is not a session where I tell you that you are enough and you feel better for an hour. That kind of reassurance, while well meaning, doesn't actually change the belief underneath. You see, it's like telling someone who's hungry that food exists. True, but is it here? No. So, what I want to do this morning is more honest than that. Uh, oh, hold on a second. Someone is talking about Iceland eclipse. Yes, I will be there. I will have a speech about being the change, actually. I'm so excited about it. And please come and find me there, okay? Tell me that I was the one on Inside Timer live session. I'm looking forward to it. So, what I was saying, I'm distracted. So, we're going to look at where the not enough belief actually came from. You see, what it like, because it is coming from something, right? Where it is stemming from, and also what it has cost you in real daily practical terms, and what it physically feels like to begin moving through life from a different perspective. Because enoughness is not a thought, it's a felt sense. You feel it. And felt senses change through experience, not through being told. You see? You know, no child arrives in the world believing they are not enough. Did you ever see a toddler, unless they are really, really traumatized right off the bat, right from the birth? Every child feels like I'm enough, I am amazing, I life is wonderful. So when you watch a very young child, they have absolutely no doubt about their right to be here. They demand what they need. They express what they feel. They take up exactly the space they need to take up without apology. The sense of inherent worth in a small child is total, complete, and unself conscious. And then something happens to that. Sometimes it happens through explicit messages. The parent who said you were too sensitive, too slow, too much, too lazy, fill the blanks, not quite right. Or the teacher who made an example of you in front of the classroom. The sibling comparison that made your particular qualities feel like deficiencies. These are the ones we can trace. We can trace back. We can tell, oh, this happened. But more often, these kind of things happen through something very much more subtle, through noticing what was rewarded and what was ignored, or through sensing that love seemed to increase when you performed well and contract when you struggled. Through learning that being useful, being easy, being agreeable, manageable required suppressing the parts of you that were complicated or inconvenient for your environment. Children are extraordinarily good at reading a room, at detecting what version of themselves is most welcome. And they adapt. We adapt, right? Because belonging is not optional for a child, it's survival. And so they learn very early to shape themselves around the expectations of the room they are in, of the environment they are in. They learn that who they are in their raw form, it might maybe not quite enough. And they begin to look ahead and start the project of becoming enough, of earning the belonging that should have been given unconditionally. You see, when it is not provided to a child unconditionally, be it love, be it acceptance, be it enoughness, what the child do? The child looks for ways to make that happen. And then they step into a culture that confirms everything they learned, a world that asks, within minutes of meeting you, so what do you do? The first question people ask each other, what do you do? I don't do. I don't do. I be. A world that measures worth in outputs, your salary, your title, your productivity, your achievements, your appearance. A world that say, buy this, accomplish this, look like this. And finally, if you do all of that, you will have earned your place. Though the place always moves, the trends change. What was good 5 years ago disappears. So, what are you going to do then? The place always moves, and that is by design, because a person who already feels enough is very hard to sell to. They don't need what's being offered to them. They are already complete. So the project of keeping people feeling slightly insufficient is, in a real sense, the engine of the entire consumer world. It is set that way. So we feel like, oh, I need to have that. I need to do that. I need to be that. I should. And most of us have been running on that fuel for so long that we have completely forgotten it was given to us rather than discovered. You see, I like Vida, what Vida says. My answer is what I do doesn't define who I am. Yeah. What do you do? It's not a question. Please don't ask that question. So, who are you? Who are you? That's what I ask. I say, like, who is Chris? Tell me about yourself. And if they start saying, "Oh, I work there, here, and I'm," no, 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 not that. Who are you as a human? Um, they People get really taken aback when they get this question. They don't have an answer most of the times. What do you mean, who I am? And when life gets hard, that voice, that enough, am I doing right, should I, that voice gets even louder. And this is the piece that matters most for this particular room. When life strips things away, the not enough belief intensifies. When our health fails, when jobs disappear, when money runs out, when the future becomes uncertain, our internal voice that was already running in the background becomes very loud. And it says, I should be handling this better. Other people would have fixed this by now. I am failing the people who depend on me. I am not strong enough, capable enough, resourceful enough to get through this. These are simply not true. But they are entirely predictable, because when the external markers of enough disappear, the person who was relying on those markers all of a sudden has nothing left to point to. And the underlying belief, the one that was there before the markers, comes to the surface in full force. And this is one of the cruelest dynamics of a difficult life: suffering. The moment you most need to feel inherently worthy is precisely the moment of the old belief speaks most loudly. So, to give you a little bit of context about this, I'm going to tell you a story. So, imagine someone who spent 30 years building a life that looked from the outside like enough. A good career, a beautiful family, a reputation for being a reliable and capable person. And then, all of a sudden, a really serious health crisis arrived that stripped most of it away. The career had to stop because of the treatments. The things that they had always done for everyone else, they suddenly could not do any of that anymore. And deep into it, they said, I don't recognize myself. I feel like I have nothing left to offer. And if I have nothing to offer, I don't know who I am. So at that moment, their entire sense of worth had been built on what they could produce and provide for others. And when you remove that, the self felt like it disappeared with it. The identity they created all those years is gone. Not because it really did, but because they had never built their identity on anything the illness couldn't reach. So today, this morning, is about building something the circumstances cannot reach. I hope this is making sense. I want to ask you a question. And if you are open to it, please answer in the chat. What is the main thing you use to feel like you are enough right now? The thing that, when it's going well, makes you feel okay about yourself. What is the thing that keeps you going? Make you feel good and enough about yourself. For me, my work. Yes, Christina, my work. Elizabeth says confident. Accomplishing tasks, says Brenda. Creativity. Yes, music. I love that. My compassion for animals. Being able to help others. Volunteering. Today is all we have. Make the most of it. Yes, serving others. Waking up. Hallelujah. Yes, Martha. Waking up. Being creative. Helping others. Faith. my window of regulation, peaceful, abundant knowingness, my family, feeling alive. I feel okay if someone likes or comments on something I say. Oh, yeah. Honestly, just being here. Many things stripped away by illness, just being is enough. Absolutely, Randy. Absolutely. Being a human is enough. Chris, that's the humanly created ego trying to take over your life, and I'm not having that. So I'm constantly telling my human ego to go sit your down somewhere. This purpose, my soul purpose and divine destiny, is bigger than you, little ego. Good for you. Walking in nature again, Kylie, being able to anchor back to myself, my own company and love within. And you know, when we are in nature and we feel like we are a part of it, it is like therapy. It's literally therapy. I feel it that way. I really love it. I have lost my identity. Yeah. I hear you. I hear you, Lorna. It's not easy. It's not easy to be a human. It's not easy. I'm sharing a video I created, posted, being versus doing. I would like to invite you to check it out if and when you can. Um, so, thank you for everything you shared. The not enough belief has real, daily, practical costs for us. And most people have been paying them so long, they literally stopped noticing they are paying at all. There's a specific kind of tired that comes from performing rather than living. And it's different from the tiredness of genuine effort of like a honest days of work done from a real place that leaves a kind of satisfaction in the body. You're tired, but you accomplished things. But this is a different kind of tiredness. The tiredness of performance is the weariness of someone who has been running an audition, like being in an audition all your life for years. And the nervous system is in a constant low grade state of, am I doing this right? Am I enough? Are they approving of me? Am I safe in this room? If I act this way, will they keep accepting me? Will they keep me in the circle? This kind of tired doesn't respond to sleep. You cannot get rest from sleep when you have this kind of tiredness. So, what does it respond? And we'll talk about that next. When you believe you have to earn belonging, you cannot fully receive it even when it's genuinely offered to you. Because some part of you is always waiting for the other shoe to drop, always aware that if they really knew you, if they could see behind the performed version, they might check out, withdraw what they are currently offering you. So connection becomes a performance too. You show up as the version of yourself that you think is most acceptable, most useful, most easy to love. And then you receive love for that version of yourself, which never quite feel right, or like you cannot absorb and receive that kind of love because you know that that love is provided to that version of you that is not your authentic self. Does it make sense? Randy says, I can no longer mask, so I've lost so many people in my life, very isolating. Randy, let's look at that from a different perspective, shall we? You are shedding. You shed. You need to shed. Very isolating. That is a thought. Is that true? If you feel isolated, double scorpion. If it feels isolating, I challenge you to go find your people. Why are we shedding people? To make room for others who are more aligned with us. It's only normal. It is only normal, and it is needed, actually. It is needed. Yeah. Connect with people you feel aligned with. See? It's here inside Timer. And you know what? When we look for a solution, we human beings are really, really, really creative. We find ways. So when we don't show up as our real selves, that's the most isolating experiences there is. Because then you are surrounded by people who care about you and feeling profoundly alone while you with them too. So you see, like this that's you are still alone because you don't belong to those people. You are just pretending so that you can be in that vicinity. So that's being alone while surrounded by people. Or you choose to be quit that and choose to be alone. It's not like it's a different thing. It's a choice. So when you choose that, it is a beautiful thing. It shows that you are strong, that you choose yourself, that you choose your authentic self, that you commit to finding the people who will be aligned and you will feel belonging to your authentic version. Exactly. Neda says, nothing more isolating than being around people who don't know the real you. Yeah. Yeah. Because the you they care about is the curated version. The full you is still behind the performance, still waiting to see if it's safe to step forward. You see, it's all about psychological safety. Because you don't, whatever the environment you are in, you don't feel safe enough to be your authentic self. Most people who live with a chronic sense of not enoughness have something they gave up at some point. A creative pursuit, a kind of expression, a way of spending time that brought genuine pleasure but felt impossible to justify. Something they loved that didn't produce anything or prove anything. They stopped it because it felt self indulgent. An example, you love arts, you love music, you want to be a musician. Your parents say, did you ever see a musician other than the big ones making money? Go study and become an engineer. That will bring you a safer life. And you did that. And that's millions of people who had to do that. So few people are let by their parents, by their surrounding people, their circle, to let do what they want to do with their lives, what they really want to create. And then it turns into a hobby, and then it dwindles down because they felt self that was that if they did that, that would be choosing themselves. It would be self-indulgent. I love that, self-indulgent. Or because someone communicated directly or indirectly that it wasn't serious enough, adult enough. Simply because the performance of enough took all available time and energy and left nothing for the things that didn't help the case. So bring that thing to mind if you have one. The thing you used to do that felt like you before you decided you needed to justify your existence more carefully. What was it when you were a child, or when you were growing up as a teenager? The things that lit you up, that you just let it go. You know, one day I'm hoping that hobbies are good, um, good. What is the word? Because what is a hobby? Hobby is something that you love doing. You lose the track of time. You feel in a flow, and you every time you have extra time from working, from doing your chores, from all your duties, the thing that you go and do. So I'm dreaming of a world that there are no hobbies. There's no need for hobbies, because whatever you feel in flow, you do that, and that's enough. That is enough. Actually, i'm I'm gonna bring up the AI topic here. Everybody says AI is so dangerous and it's gonna take over everything, blah 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 blah. um, I see AI as the mirror of humanity. It is mirroring us. Whatever we give to AI, it shapes according to that. So if we give love, compassion, spirituality, humanity, authenticity, like all the good things, it will spit out things that are aligned with that. If we give them, how can we create better surveillance systems, and how can we hack other countries or other companies, it will give us that. It's all up to us. It's not about AI. AI is shaping according to what we give it. So it's all about our choices. So, for example, in my view, I imagine a world where AI does all the hard work, hard things that we don't really want to do, so we can go ahead and turn our hobbies to our work, our main work, and we are also provided for doing that. Not even for doing that, for being a human being, because you deserve already. I don't know if this is a too utopic um, picture, but that's what I'm visualizing. Everyone without the fear of, am I going to be criticized? Am I going to feel enough? And just do what you want to do without thinking, feeling, I will be judged. Yeah, yeah. That's what I imagine. A world where AI does the hard work and human beings enjoy the life. Yeah, exactly. Do what you love and you'll never work a single day in your life. This is my life. It's my life right now. Like, I worked for 20 years as an executive assistant, every day trying to prove myself. What did I get? I lost my job with that, my identity, and crushed and burned, and realized that I don't want to create something that can be taken away from me. You see, one day. So, am I working on, am I creating something that might be taken away from me one day? That is my focus these days. So I create keeping that in mind, because anything and everything can be taken away from you if you are working, like you are being a part of something. So I decided that from that point on, I just need to do what gives me joy, create what I want to create, and also make money from it. And I created that. And what I tell you all the time is, you know what? If one person can do something, I can do that too. And if I can do that too, you can do that too. Because I'm not special. I'm not different than you. I'm not better than you. Yeah, Lisa, here you go. It's such a difficult job. And not only that, I mean, so many jobs, like these days, like every job is so stressful, because like working anywhere gives you so much stress, because you have to keep up with the trends. You have to learn all the time. You have to keep up with your tasks. You have to blah blah blah, blah. Like, it's a thousand things. It's getting more and more and more and more. And a human being can take so much. Not everybody likes to pay money to happy people. Oh, but I mean, life is short. Life is short, and when you really do what you love to do, what you feel like is making a difference, no matter what it is, universe supports you. God, universe, whatever you believe in, because you are at your at a level of frequency and vibration that like, imagine someone is looking toward the world and there are some little lights coming. Oh, that person is doing their their creative work, or they are in flow. So I would love that those dots of light to be so many that big big light comes out of the world. Exactly. Teresa says maybe it's possible to enjoy what we love to do without expecting it to provide dollars. Taking the focus off of money and aligning with our true nature. Uh, I cannot read that word, but yes, I agree with you. During COVID, we lived that, we experienced that, because during COVID, what happened was the business stopped, everything stopped. So we I personally realized, wow, I don't need it seems like it turns out I didn't need many of the things that I thought I needed. So we started we lived a much more frugal life because it wasn't possible, because like the like it wasn't we couldn't find everything, or we couldn't order stuff like that just like that. It changed, and but we realized that it is we don't need everything we get or we have access to. We can live a simpler life. That was a big big lesson for me. So going back to the performance, like performing and not being authentic, it has and when we do that for a long time, um, it starts to show up on your physical body too. It's like the shoulders, the neck, the jaw like clenched all the time, the belly braced, the breath stays in the upper chest, very very shallow. So it's a constant state of readiness, ready, defense, as if at any moment the verdict will come about you and you need to be prepared. You need to brace yourself. That holding pattern is exhausting. I mean, who can do that forever? Over years, over decades, it becomes the baseline. The person stops even noticing it's there, and it's simply how their body feels. And they wonder why they are so tired, why rest doesn't fully restore them. They wake up tired, why they always feel on the edge, on edge, even when nothing is obviously wrong, right? Thank you, Julie, for your donation. I so appreciate that. Always, yeah, always. Like you're grinding your teeth during sleep. It's an exact like it's a big symptom. Your body is keeping score of every moment of performing, and it's asking for something different from you. Thank you, John, for your generosity. I so appreciate you. Thank you. In the chat, give me one honest answer. What is something you stopped doing or never allowed yourself to start because some part of you felt you hadn't earned it yet. Thank you, Carrie, for your donation. Thank you. What is something you stopped doing or never allowed yourself to start because you thought it wouldn't be accepted, it wouldn't be supported, it would make you feel you are doing self-indulgence? John, thank you. Love and light to you. Thank you. Teaching art again. Yeah. Writing, publishing, dance, being a DJ and musician. Oh my God, that's amazing. Do this, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. I actually just restarted my website and writing. Celebration. Bravo. Being a musician, writing a book. Write. Do it, do it, do it. Taking dance lessons. Finishing my Inside Timer teacher profile. Come on, Chris. Go do it today. Melissa, I stopped painting for many years. Thought I wasn't good enough. I have started again recently. Good. And did it better. Good. Good. Yeah. Who says? Who says? Kenneth, integrating my life with nature. Speaking up about social justice when it may cause arguments that I can't defend adequately. I hear you, Teresa. I hear you. I want to talk about that just 1 second, for 1 second, because English especially is my second language. I sometimes feel like I won't be able to express myself properly as I would be able to express it in my mother tongue. And that happens to me too. So I hear you. I mean, it might not be your reason, but I understand when you say, I don't want to get into arguments because I don't feel like I can express it properly as well as I would like to. So I don't do it. Um, Starting a floral design business. Do it, do it. Expressing my emotions. Yes, Denise. Kristen, I paused my art. Restart. Yes, good for you, Lisa. Portrait figure painting. Oh, we have lots of artists here. I love it. Who don't like to see employees who are being mindful, meaning refreshed, peaceful, and happy. Many employers like to see their employees stressed out as to prove they are really working, like the saying, look busy because Jesus is coming. Yeah, you're so right. And it's so wrong, isn't it? So wrong. That's against being a human. Yeah, I need to record your do it. Do it, do it. Starting my own home goods plant business. Catherine, starting a business. Yes, it requires capital and stuff like that. But look, for example, with my clients, I always tell them if something feels a little bit too big to swallow by yourself, too big to tackle, look for people who are like minded or who want to create something but they don't know what, and partner with them. Find a partner, find someone who might be equally excited about this idea, and maybe do it together. Because we cannot sometimes do everything by ourselves, or we don't need to reinvent the wheel with what we want to create. Just be creative with solutions. Getting out and exploring new things and get out of my comfort zone. Do it, do it, do it. Yes, do it. What is it? What is it? What is one thing that you want to explore? What is the new thing you want to explore? Pick one and do it this weekend. Just put your, like, I'm not saying go ahead and start a business, but put your toe in the water. Take one step. Go see what it might that be. Hey Ipeg, you want a partner? Next time I have any doubts, I'll picture Ipek cheering for me to do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Yes, do that. Do that, please. How do you find these people? People have social anxiety. Yeah. After COVID, it became like throughout and after COVID, it became a thing with the social media also. Like, put your phones away, put your screens away, just go out. Find meetups. Meetup. Check meetup. Find places. Look at, like, ask who's living in your city here in this group right now. We have 256 people. If anyone is living close to you, go get together. You are all sharing where you live. Restaurants around town. Yes. You are going to a taco fest. Yes. Do that. Do that and treat yourself. Have a date with yourself, John. Posted my first ugly YouTube. Definitely not great, but posted anyway. See, this is it, Lisa. This is it. Do it anyway. Even if you feel like, because it's not, first of anything and everything is not going to be good. You know what they say? The first, anyone who creates their first website, for example, if your first website is not awful, you're not doing something good, right? Because the first of everything is hard and not up to your standards. But it's a start. It's a start. See, share your locations. Find your, like, you are here. So it means that you have some things similar. Like, your views are similar. You want to love yourselves more. Be yourselves more. Just find each other. Create your own community. Even if you are far, give each other your numbers and, like, have a chat on, like, I don't know, WhatsApp, whatever, Zoom, whatever you have, whatever you use. Do it, do it, do it. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to seriousness. But I mean, if you, because as you all said, like many of you, I know, if you are here, you are at a certain level of consciousness. Okay, because otherwise you wouldn't be here. You are at a certain level of consciousness, and it's only normal people who are not aligned with your level of consciousness will dwindle away from your world. And it's only normal and it's only good. So see it as an opportunity to create your aligned. And you know what? You will create that maybe 5 years, 3 years later, there will be another shedding and another, like, we are organisms. We are not made to sit still and not change. We are made for change. So send each other friend requests on Insight Timer. But by the way, look out for those friend requests, because I sent a gazillion people friend requests, and I'm pretty sure they never even saw that those invitations. So keep an eye on the app. I don't even know. Maybe it goes in the notifications. Maybe it goes, I don't know where, but maybe it goes to the friends. So just keep an eye. Whoever, like, people might send friend requests so that you can connect and you can message each other. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God. We are in 1 hour. Oh my God. I sidetracked. Yes, see, Brenda, I joined a seniors recreation center, met so many new people, enjoying the physical activities and socializing. See, find something. See, Brenda, bravo. She found something. She tried it and she liked it too. Try, try. If you don't like it, try something else. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Terrified, yes, of course. Be terrified and do it anyway. At 63, I refuse to sit around and wait to die like I see other folks doing. Yes, absolutely. You know, my husband and I are going to the gym 3 times a week or so. I am so proud to see so many elderly people. I mean, I'm 56. I'm going to turn 57, but there are people around their 70s and even older, and they are there. I love that. I love seeing that. I love that. Being active, doing something, even if a little bit. Yeah. 63 is young, absolutely. So, the most common resistance I hear is, if I stop pushing myself to be more, I won't just stop. Won't I just stop growing? Won't I settle? Here's what I know from watching this in real people over many years. The person who moves through the world from a genuine sense of inherent worth does never become lazy. They become more genuinely themselves. And from that place, they, in general, often they do more, not less, because they are no longer spending enormous energy managing their own self doubt. So they have so much more free energy to actually do the thing rather than manage how the thing makes them look. The difference is in what drives the doing. When you do things from not enough, fear is driving, fear in the driver's seat, fear of what happens if you fall short. That kind of doing is relentless and never satisfied. When you do things from enough, genuine desire is driving, curiosity is driving. The pleasure of becoming more of who you already are is driving. That kind of doing is sustainable because it doesn't depend on external confirmation to keep going. Because you know that you feel good, you know that it gives you joy. You don't need anyone else to tell you that. I don't need anyone else to tell me, oh, you should do Inside Timer live sessions. I know that because I get so much joy from this. So much joy. And seeing you like engaging, like, and like involving in the conversation, it like warms my heart. How can I like, someone comes and says to me, don't do Inside Timers lives. I would say, so sad, too bad. I will do it because I love it, because I get joy from it. You see? So I said, I'm not going to say you are enough, but I lied, because I will. You are enough. You were born enough. You were born with the right to be to be your authentic self. And that is more than enough. A few practices quickly I'm going to give you about this. 3 things, small enough to actually do on a real day. The first one is the good enough question. Before you do something, ask yourself honestly, does this need to be perfect or does it need to be good enough? Often the answer is good enough, genuinely. Choosing that consciously rather than being driven automatically toward the impossible high standard is a small daily act of rebellion against the not enough belief. Just ask, is this good enough? Yes? Then go ahead, do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. The second one, body check in every day. Do your body check in. 30 seconds. Just notice how the body is holding itself. Check in with your shoulders, your jaw, your belly. Not to fix, but just to notice, because noticing is always the beginning of change. Be connected with your body. Please connect with your body. Be more observant of your body. Hold on a sec. Not this. Next week, we're going to do being present, by the way. Sign up right now. Show up. I need pom poms. Yes. Yes, exactly, Elizabeth. The third one, at the end of each day, this week, this coming week, starting from tomorrow, today, name one moment of genuine enough. Maybe a response that was kind, a decision that was honest, a moment you showed up imperfectly and that showing up was enough. Train your mind to look for evidence of enoughness with the same diligence it has always used to look for evidence for not enough. Thank you for your donation, Alisa. Thank you for your donation, Martez. And happy birthday, Martez. Today is Martez's birthday. Happy birthday and many more with all your loved ones, Martez. I'm so glad you're here. I was hoping to see you. Happy birthday. I know you cannot respond here on the chat, but I know you are receiving it. Yeah, Martez cannot respond on the chat. Unfortunately, there's something that has been a problem. Uh, Hopefully, will be remedied soon. Okay, we need to get to the meditation. Otherwise, we're not going to be done in 1.5 hours. So, the meditation is, hold on, Eme says, it's hard for me to examine my body. I have fibromyalgia and it hurts a lot every day. Doing the checkup feels like mistreating my mind, but I keep going. I get up, I try, and I stay on my feet. Look, of course, your situation is uh, um, like, what is it? It's a different situation. Like, it's a specific situation, and do whatever works for you. Like, whatever I say here, take it and turn it around and adapt it to where you are standing. Don't take anything I say for the face value and follow it to the T, but make it yours. Find what parts work for you, whichever works for you, and go with that. So let's meditate now. we go into meditation. This is the most tender one we have done so far in the series. Like, it's the second one, actually, anyway. Because the question of whether we are enough touches something very personal and very old in most of us. So we are going to move through three layers throughout this meditation. The messages that came from outside, the stories you built on top of them, and the self beneath both, where the truth about your worth has been waiting untouched. So just let your body settle. Put your hands somewhere comfortable and close your eyes. And the quote I have today is from me. And I say, you have never had to earn the right to be here. That was given before you drew your first breath. The work was never to prove yourself worthy. The work was to remember that you already are. Just settle down. Just relax. Relax. Feel the surface beneath you. Take a full breath in and let it go. You don't have to do anything to deserve to be here this morning. You came. And that's enough. For this time that you're here, you don't need to produce, create, justify, earn. You are here just to be. Now, very gently, bring to your mind some of the messages you received early in life about whether you were enough, without going into detail. Just acknowledge that some messages came. Some of them made you feel and think that you are not quite right as you were. And breathe with that acknowledgement. And then quietly say to whoever gave those messages to you, knowingly or unknowingly, with good intentions or with bad intentions. Tell them you were doing your best and that those messages were not the truth about you. Not with anger, This is just a quiet correction of the record. And let that go. Let that person go. Let that thought go. And this time, bring to your mind the stories you built on top of those messages. The I am not enough stories. The ones that made you push harder. Try to prove yourself more. Shrink smaller. Perform. And see them as stories, not facts. Stories that made sense given what you were taught. Stories that kept you safe when safety felt conditional. And tell those stories gently. You were trying to protect me, but I am ready to put you down now. Not in a forceful way, the way you would put down something heavy you've been carrying for a long time. And say, you can rest here. I don't need you anymore. This time, let both the messages and the stories soften into the background and disappear. And bring your attention to the self beneath both. You, best of your authenticity. The one who was here before the first message arrived. The awareness that has been witnessing all of it, waiting to get your attention one day. The being who was enough before the world had a chance to suggest otherwise. This self doesn't need to be defended or improved or justified. It simply is. Completely. So let your attention rest there. This is the home of your inner child, that baby, that innocent yet powerful, gorgeous, 100% enough baby. That's your essence. That's you, the real you. That has been waiting for you underneath all the layers, never gave up on you. From this place, let yourself receive love. Feel the tangible sense of it. And let it move into your whole body, your chest, your belly, your throat. There may be resistance. The old stories don't give up immediately. Just breathe. Breathe with both the story and the truth underneath it. Both can be present. The truth doesn't need the story to leave first. It just needs a little more of your attention than the story is getting. Before we return, bring to your mind the moment of genuine enoughness you felt and observed within you, or something that came up during this meditation, or any moment you showed up, even if imperfect, and yet it was sufficient. And let it be real as evidence of what has always been true about you. You have been enough in this life many times. The practice is learning to count those moments with the same care you've always given to counting the other ones. I want you to hug yourselves, like hug, big hug. Let awareness come gently back to the room while you're hugging yourself like tight. Listening to the sounds around you. The morning light that you can see even through your eyelids. And take one full breath in and a long, complete exhale. Let yourself go and gently open your eyes. Thank you. Somebody asked me to repeat the quote. I will do that. So it is, I will say it slowly. You have never had to earn the right to be here. That was given before you drew your first breath. The work was never to prove yourself worthy. The work was to remember that you already are. You are. I will share it in the Circle of Bliss group on Insight Timer. If you are not a member, please come and join us at the Circle of Bliss. Thank you. Where is the Circle of Bliss? It's on my profile page on Insight Timer. I think when you scroll all the way down, you find, or maybe on the top tab, like it's my group. I have only one group on Insight Timer, and it's called Circle of Bliss. You will find it. Yes, you will find it. Thank you. Be radically kind to you. Yes. Be radically kind to yourself. Yes. Oh, I just want to pull you out of my pocket anytime and have to guide me. Oh, I love that, Jane. Thank you for your donation too. Thank you. So, your 3 practices for this week: the good enough question before you do things, the 30-second body check in once a day, and 1 moment of genuine enough named at the end of each evening. Small, consistent, real. And what did we say? Do it, do it, do it. Whatever you have in mind that you have been pushing away, delaying, thinking, am I going to be able to do that? Yes, you will. Yes, you can. You will. And come back, report back, please, next week. Report back. See, this is a homework now, so you have to do. This is a commitment. So you have to do something this week, and next week when you come, you're gonna share and tell us about your experience, right? Good enough question is Dharmadi, like asking yourself if you are about when you are about to do something, instead of asking, am I ready for this? Is it wonderful? No, don't look for that. Is it good enough? Yes, go ahead. That's it. You are different in a very beautiful, soul-guided, heart-led, and spirit-infused way. Ooh, the Oracle of Insight Timer. Oh my God. I love you, Chris. has again inspired all 320 of us. Yay! Amazing. Thank you for being here this morning, for your honesty in the chat, for the quality of attention you bring every Friday. And thank you from my heart for your donations. They make it possible for me to keep this space open for everyone who needs it. I'm genuinely grateful. And next week, as you can see, we have being present. Being present. After 2 weeks of looking at who you are and whether you are enough, we turn to something that sounds simple and turns out to be genuinely revolutionary. Actually, being here, not planning your life, not managing it, not scrolling through it, actually being here in this moment, in this body, in this specific Friday morning. Most of us spend a significant portion of every day somewhere other than where we actually are. Next week is about what it takes to arrive to your life, and what becomes possible when you do. Third tip. What's the third tip? Okay. Small, consistent, like at the end of the day, looking back and what was the thing I did genuinely enough today? Looking back. I'll see you all, hopefully, all 324 of you next week, again at the same time at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Until then, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And as always, how do we close? Remember, 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 and never forget you, and you, all of you are loved. You are safe. You're never, ever alone. And I love you, each and every single one of you, with all my heart. With all my heart. With all my heart. Enjoy your day. Don't forget your homeworks. And see you next week.